You know, typically my point of view is that if you can do something really simply within 30 seconds, that's slightly easier than doing it in Photoshop. Okay, bowl of hot water, styrofoam box, do anything like that. Think of like a model draped out flat across this table at a slant. Product photography. Add some ambiance to a shot. Now this is kind of eerily reminiscent to a lot of the stuff back from 80s and 90s photography. Nobody kind of does this stuff much anymore. However, everything old is new again. Remember when bell bottoms came back in? The effect is actually really nice. You can actually lay LEDs like at the edge of a model. If the actual camera is over on this side, you can actually lay some LEDs behind a model or underneath them, and it actually gives a really radical effect. You can do like a 1/10 of a second shot and a strobe on your subject, but let your LEDs add to the ambiance of the smoke. And actually, I'm going to use more dry ice than I'm using right now. This is really difficult photographic effect, meaning extremely easy. So $2 of dry ice, styrofoam box, more dry ice than this, hot water. I should have used a bigger chunk of dry ice, however I was out of dry ice, running low on dry ice. That's the other thing you can do if you're doing either product shots or like a face shot. A really neat effect that can easily be done is that people will do a face shot and they'll encase the face. Now this only takes 3 minutes. You can prepare one, have one pre-made out of black foam, and put that around a person's head. Fill it up to their ear or eye level with CO2, and right before you take the flash shot, what you do is you go, you get this effect, boom, and then you hit the flash. So just think outside of the box. People are only taking pictures of what it is they can see, and that's not good. It's like, well, you got a really expensive camera. It's like all the pictures look like snapshots. It's like, yeah, well, you're only thinking about photography in terms of what you can see instead of what you can make and imagine. Everybody now is a graphics editor. So, well, I'm going to take that shot, I'm going to overlay it with another shot, and I'm going to change everything, the color balance, and wow, yeah, you're going to take care of it in Photoshop. How about doing simple stuff like this? I mean, you're talking about like a 3-4 minute setup time. Stuff like this, the smoke, this is just carbon dioxide. Does not look that impressive until you hit it with a flash. You hit it with like a 1/15,000 second burst of flash. The effect is actually really dramatic and very beautiful. It is very ethereal. Obviously it can very, very easily be overdone. But thinking out of the box like this and like padding your portfolio with stuff like this is actually extremely nice, and it shows people what they don't actually ever see with their eyes. But it's so easy to do. I mean, how long did it take me to do this? I threw some dry ice in a bowl of hot water inside of a styrofoam box. Drape that over a model, use it for product photography. Encase someone's face or shoulders with black foam. Turn down the lights. Let the CO2 fill the box. Drop LEDs underneath that person, whatever color you want. Let it shoot up through the CO2. Do what you want. I mean, it literally looks like someone's floating on a cloud. The real dramatic effect is when you use a speed light or a strobe to illuminate the smoke as it billows up. So the whole point of this is just to say, start thinking with your brain and not your eyeballs as far as photography. That is really paramount. I'm limping today because I cut my foot so bad yesterday on glass. I've messed with CO2, dry ice for a lot of neat stuff. It's really useful for product. However, it's easily overdone. If you show more than like 2 shots over a broad spectrum or even one product, more than 2 shots with this effect, and the first thing that's going to happen is someone's going to roll their eyes at you. So obviously the usefulness of this is incredibly limited, but nobody thinks like that anymore for doing photography. Start thinking with your brains. See what it's like. People think that all, mystical photography setups are incredibly elaborate. Lots of fireworks, pyrotechnics, and assistants, and tons of pre-planning. But I mean, stuff like this. I mean, there's thousands of things like this that I could show you. It only take you like 2, 3, 4 minutes to set up. If something's going to make your shot look spectacular, and it only takes you 2 minutes to set up, I mean, I don't know, let's see, 30 minutes in Lightroom, something that's going to look like it came from Lightroom, or something that looks like it dropped out of the camera because, I set up something with my brain and I made it happen. So that's what you really need to do as far as thinking when it comes to photography. Or don't. But the best camera and the best lenses in the world pale in comparison to 2 things. Your imagination, and number 2 is lighting. Lighting is everything. Your imagination and lighting come way before the lens, and definitely way before the camera. So try to keep that as a consideration. Thanks for watching. Catch you later. I got some errands to run. Bye.